Hello, beautiful bitches. It is probably like 6:30, 7 o'clock maybe, and it's actually not too busy around me. So I found an inch and I'm going to talk about some things. I have been wanting to sit down and record a video about, everything that, here. And every time I go to, I guess, record, it's almost like, can I tell that story? Like, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like because I'm actually around so many people, it really is their stories. And I can sit here and tell you, like, literally, I guess, like, things I go through and stuff, right? But it's not like having been homeless before in the park. It's not like that at all. In fact, in the park in Florida, there was, 2, 3, 4 people that would come around every 2, 3, 4 days and get on my fucking nerves. And then I'd talk about them and, you know what I'm saying, all the things. And, these particular people just became part of my story. But, like, in this case, guys, I feel like I'm part of other people's story, right? And they're not online and they're not talking about what we do day to day. And, certainly I, will put up shorts of, throwing shoes over the, fucking electric line or whatever the fuck it is. I don't know what's up. I did not go to college. Okay, you already know what time it is. I have COVID, by the way. Okay, so I'm out here with COVID, and this is how I sound, so I'm sorry. But here we are. And they're just not my stories to tell. And I think at the end of the day, everybody has to come to a place where they, even want to talk about their story. And I really don't talk to anybody. Everybody knows me. I speak to them, 50 times a day, but nobody knows I'm on YouTube. And I know the kind of problems that I have on YouTube. I would hate for any of, my new friendships to be broken up because I'm just being honest about something they're going through. I just don't think it's fair in this case, and I don't know what makes this different, but like, it's just too many people. It's too many stories. It's too many, I don't want anyone here to ever feel on blast or feel like I need their lives or their problems for content, because that's not what I need. I talk about things I go through. If you're part of that story, then you've been part of that story. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how it's been. I don't need people for content. They just happen to be part of the fucking story when I go to tell it. And I think I'm so used to being so super transparent, right? Where it's just kind of like, yeah, this person does this, and, even though I don't give them a name and they're anonymous and nobody knows who they are, well, they're not supposed to know who they are until, obsessed people start, hounding people down. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, dude, nobody here, has time for anything YouTube that I got going on. And just because I'm willing to deal with it, 30 minutes out of the week, doesn't mean that anybody around me has signed up to, have people contact them on Facebook and be like, we think Tira's talking about you, or, you know what I'm saying? I'm not doing that to people. I'm not doing it. You know what I'm saying? It's their stories, and I'm gonna let them tell it if one day they want to. And, maybe if I get closer to people and they, see that, oh yeah, she's on YouTube, I would definitely love to tell my story, then, you know what I'm saying? Then that's cool. And we could talk about things that, maybe I would have wanted to talk about, but I could talk about it with them. I don't know. It's just a very different situation. I know that, I've had so little time for drama. I'm very active in the drama community normally, and I always have been for the last 4 years. And I know that I'm not. I don't know what's going on, and the little bit that I do know what's going on, I kind of have fun with it and keep it moving. But we're not gonna, any of us who's listening to this, here video, is not gonna pretend like everything YouTube and Tira has not gotten so completely out of control. It's almost like it's disgusting. It's sickening. I have my ex-friend making videos on YouTube about what? I'm not watching it. I don't care. I don't care what she has to say. But, like, that's not fucking normal. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand what's even happening. And it's like, I'm not into this shit no more. I have really, really big problems on my hands. You know what I'm saying? Dude, sometimes I sleep 5 hours a night when I really need fucking 9 because I'm sick as a dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, life is not easy for me out here. And I know I think this stuff is funny, but it's really just not fucking funny anymore. People making comments about they're going to come find me and whoop me and wire my mouth shut and all these things. It's like, dude, that's really not funny. And I think it's up to me to just quit finding it funny. You know what I'm saying? And I don't care to talk about any of it anymore. I don't care what the pigs are doing. I don't care what the pigs' new friends are doing, aka the fucking weirdo crew of the fucking Illinois, honey. I don't care what anyone named Amanda is doing. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't fucking care, man. All the people that I'm mentioning and, the people who talk about me every day and come into live streams because they're so pressed and just can't get over Tira, like, you're just gonna have to, like, do that on your own because it's not fucking funny no more. I'm living a real life. I'm out in the streets at the end of the day. And just because I have a roof over my head when I go to sleep at night does not mean I'm not in the fucking streets. I'm in the streets all day long. And shit is not always sweet. And you know what I'm saying? I don't always have good days. I have problems of my own every day. It's a struggle just trying to figure out how to survive in this motherfucker sometimes. This, you know what I'm saying? Being out here is not where it's at. You know what I'm saying? Hanging out and, I know all the shit that I do every day is not normal behavior. You know what I'm saying? No one at 44 years old is supposed to be hanging out at a fucking park every day with their friends. Fuck no. Like, we're too old for that shit. But, like, that's what they do. And you know what I'm saying? I just have realized that that's just not who I am. And and that's okay. There ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not here to judge them for how they want to, utilize their time. They, most of them at least, have a bed to go home to and have, an 8-hour night of sleep and go to work, and then they come to the park. And then there's people who live in the park and they drink from morning till night, and their life is completely in shambles. And you know what I'm saying? It's such an array of people, and it's literally like 50 fucking people. And I feel like I have so much going on around me at all times. It's hard to focus on what I even want to talk about because I'm letting myself down. I'm letting my audience down, people who do care to hear about my life. Like, I'm letting those people down by not talking about things. And then, again, only giving my time, to this little bullshit, whether it's this one, that one, or the other one, in this, like, community of Tira haters. That's so fucking weird, man. Like, you really know you made it, though. Like, dude, when you have a whole fucking crew, you have a whole crew who dedicate their fucking time and effort into Like, you know what I'm saying? Trying to make you look bad online, I guess. I guess that's what's happening, right? Like they're trying to make me look bad, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, I don't even know the purpose. Don't give a fuck. I don't understand weirdo. But anyways, the world literally passes me by as I watch it. As, you know, you guys are all watching it right now. It's one of my favorite, like, spots, right? Where everyone is huddled at and kind of all on top of each other. That's, you know, that's where I kind of get away from, and I find the spot where it's, you know, I can just kind of watch traffic. You know, just like anyone else that I've, like, anonymously talked about and has, you know, been part of the story that I tell here on YouTube, right? Like, anybody who has been part of that story has made it to the big screen for a reason, right? Like, it was really funny, it was really bogus, it's dramatic, right? Like, I think as any content creator, because that's what I am, everything that I share about my life ends up becoming, you know, is this something that I want to talk about? Is this something that I want to tell YouTube about? You know, the same as when I watch something and I want to do a video on it, right? And I want to create a video about the video I just watched. It's the same thing. It's like I talk about my life. So I think about it from two different aspects. Whether I'm watching YouTube and it's like, oh, I have an opinion on what you just said, bitch, and I'm going to tell it. Or something happens in my life and it's like, oh my God, this is such a story I got to tell you. But, like, everybody, there's so much going on. It's almost overwhelming, you know. Let's not forget what an introvert I am, you know, how much I love being by myself. Should anyone be shocked that only 2 people really know me? Like, no, especially out of 50. I think that's actually really good odds for me because I'm really just not that girl. But, like, my boyfriend knows me, obviously, and then my homegirl knows me. You know what I'm saying? I talk to those 2. They know. She doesn't know that much about me, of course, but you know what I'm saying? And I guess that's what makes people associates as opposed to friends. But, you know, it's not dramatic. It's just life. It's like the world is passing me by, car after car, you know, person after person. And I really do try to just, you know, stay in my own lane and, you know, mind the business that pays me and, you know, do me, ear hustle everyone's good music and just kind of kick back. I am, you know, adapting, right? Like, I can adapt to any surrounding. You know, I went from being agoraphobic for 5 years to losing the baby and having to be in sober living where you had to leave the house every day and take the buses and go to AA and NA meetings. And, you know, I did it. I had no choice but to do it, and you do it. You know what I mean? And it's very much the same thing as, you know, being out in the streets. I live in the streets. I know I live in the streets because I don't live any fucking where. I just happen to have a roof over my head when it's time to sleep. You know what I mean? So, other than that, it's like, you know what I'm saying? I'm very much just in the streets. And there's so many fucking people in Logan Square here in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing like living in the park. I was very isolated there and I loved that. You know what I'm saying? I fucking enjoyed every bit of it. And I lived on my little park table and had my little bed set up, and I went and laid down whenever I wanted to. I be laying down over here. I sure do. I set up my little book bag, get my little hoodie up under me, and watch my YouTube. I sure do. And just ear hustle everybody's music. I'm telling you. But, like, I'm soaking in every minute. I'm soaking in every conversation that I do here. I'm listening to the most dumb shit 25% of the day just by sitting there. You know what I'm saying? I gotta listen to dumb shit. I have to watch my temper. I have not popped off in probably at least three weeks, maybe even a whole fucking month. And when I got here, I came here popping off. You know what I'm saying? On some dumbass shit. And, I've had problems because of it. You know what I'm saying? All the things. And it's just like, I don't want to be angry. I don't want to be angry. I want to be happy. I want my kids to be proud of me. And I want to, just live my fucking life. And that's all I care about. And, I know I have said, like in Terry Lynn's lives, like I'm over here falling in love. And of course, it's not been long enough to really talk about love. That's silly. But like, hopefully maybe that is what I'm doing. And unfortunately, in this case, we're both in a bad situation. And it's only thanks to him that I have a roof over my head to sleep. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, we only have so much to offer each other. And you know what I'm saying? It's time we get on our shit or we fucking separate. And, that's the reality of, really connecting with somebody and I guess giving it a chance and, you know what I'm saying? Allowing yourself to get into any kind of relationship. I think it's hard to maneuver. I think people who are, who are just street people, I think they think it's like a good fit, to be together. But I think when you're together in the street, it's so abnormal and it's just like all about survival, and all of the things that are normally so important in a relationship when you're sharing an apartment and bills and car notes and you know what I'm saying? Things like that. It's like, that's not the things you worry about as a couple in the street. And I really need, you know what I'm saying, to feel that or, simply get on my own. I do know that I will not stay here any longer than the end of October. If, I can't get it together and or we can't get it together, you know what I'm saying? I'll definitely be talking to my son about maybe going back there for the winter and, giving it a try again, just keeping my storage and bringing whatever clothes, I can or whatever, on a plane. But, it's like do or die time, and it's not just an apartment now. It's, being with someone who needs to change your entire lifestyle. Is that a thing? Yeah, 42 years old for him? I don't know, and that could be a thing. Could it be, a little bit of heartbreak? Maybe. Am I going to miss out on friendships because I realize that this, is not what I want to do with my time? I'm the only one who doesn't drink here. Literally the only person who doesn't drink. I'm not saying all they do is drink. I'm saying everybody drinks. You know what I'm saying? And I'm the only sober one. And you know what I'm saying? So it's like this isn't my steez. It's just not. But I so enjoy the people. I so enjoy the conversations. I've enjoyed getting to know people. People have opened up to me just fine. And I've gotten to know some really amazing people. And yeah, it's like, it's not part of my story. I'm kind of part of theirs. This was their community far before I got here, far before I came here. You know what I'm saying? And I'm stepping in their land. I'm on their territory, and it's almost like a film crew, bringing a film crew with me, to somebody else's home. You don't do that, right? You don't do that without permission. And I haven't gotten permission to film. This isn't my child. These aren't my feelings, that I would be talking about. This isn't what I'm dealing with directly with people smoking Molly and fucking wigging out and bugging out in front of me and, having problems with the girl in the park. And you know what I'm saying? Like, this isn't that. This isn't that at all. And, I know it does sound right, like I sit around all day long at this park, but I don't. I'm in the streets. I'm doing what I need to do. I'm taking buses. I'm getting on blue line trains. I'm, handling myself too, laundry, showers, all the things. So I have so much going on, and I'm overwhelmed very much by, everything that goes on around me every day. It's still hard to, I don't know, just even find like that peace and quiet, even though I'm really good at zoning everybody out, because I'll get in my own fucking zone. But I'm not doing, drama bullshit online. I don't have time for it. I need to be happy. I need to, get things together. They need to work or they're not going to work. And it is what it is. And there's just going to have to be a plan B. And just like I said, no one's going to hold me down. No one's going to fucking hold me down. You know what I'm saying? I will be in Chicago and I will be successful and I'll have my nail business and, maybe I'll be in Waukegan and I'll be in the suburbs, right? Like where I'm from, but like I'll be back home, and I'll be happy because unfortunately I don't have my 12-year-old child and I don't have any responsibility. I don't have anybody. I am so sorry. I probably could have paused. I really could have. But I don't have anybody who depends on me. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot easier to just hang around when you're watching a bunch of other adults do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? And it has become such a habit for them that me needing to quote unquote live here, when I first got here, it kind of turns into the same thing and you end up doing the same thing, and it just becomes a pattern, and I don't want anything to do with the pattern. I don't think I'll ever stop talking to these people, but I do think it would, like not hanging out with them would definitely, probably, what do I want to say, like interfere with like a deep friendship, but I'm okay with that. I guess just being friendly is good enough for me. Like, I'm all right with that, right? It's no big deal. As much as I'm, not in danger, you know what I'm saying? And no one's really going to come whoop me. No one's really going to come hurt me. No one's really going to, affect my life with their videos or, whatever they say about me makes it true. You know what I'm saying? None of those things are even a thing, right? But I can't keep people from doing what they're going to do. And there's a fascination with me. And I guess I just have to respect it, But I want to, spend some time making sure that I focus on me and, maybe look for a part-time job and, maybe find some other things to do with myself and take advantage of having transportation every damn where. And you know what I'm saying? Just, maybe I do need to get back into the work field. Is that how you say that? Job field? Work field? I didn't go to college, you already know. So yeah, maybe I do need to get back into the groove of things. Maybe that would be nice, you know what I'm saying? And we love that, but yeah. I want to figure out, what I want to do. And, being on YouTube and knowing what's going on YouTube is just kind of like not on my list of things, Pigs are going to talk. They've been talking for years. Boyfriends are gonna wire my mouth shut and dick suckers are gonna do what dick suckers do and run their gums, run their fingers, and it's not funny, right? Like none of it's funny, none of the fighting shit is funny, and I need to just start understanding that I need to cut it out and not fucking not concern myself with stupid petty bullshit. I just don't have time for it anymore, and I'm very grateful for that. But I don't know what I'm gonna do with this channel. I don't know what I'm gonna do going forward. I don't know what what like the future holds. I just want to sit back. I want to unplug because it's so easy to unplug out here. And, I'm going to make sure all my friends know I'm good. I'm just going to unplug. I'm going to take a week or two and just literally stay away from YouTube. I don't want to know nothing, don't want to hear nothing, don't care about nothing. And, people are just going to do what they're going to do because, Tira is the fascination of the show, I suppose. Summer is almost over, and, I think this is a summer I'll never forget. This is a summer I realized a lot of fucking things about myself that I didn't know 2 months ago. And